Thanks for checking in, everyone. We got another Kyosho from their beads collection. So historically, the beads collection to me means it's got better detail than the blister packs, and they probably cost more money, but I bought this used, and this model's probably pretty old now. Sadly, there's no year of production on the bottom of this box that I can see. And even though Kyosho, I believe, always licenses their models, I don't see anything saying, oh, there it is. Never mind, you got a hologram sticker there. Well, I don't know when it was made, but this is representing the 2007 RG-1 of the Murcielago. I don't know what Maruhon does, but that's the sponsor of this particular one. And so the 2007 year of the SuperGT, that's a racing race series in Japan, if you're unfamiliar. So the RG-1 was developed specifically for the Lamborghini Owners Club in Japan to compete in the Super GT series beginning in 2004. And in 2006, one of them actually won a GT300 class at the Suzuka race. But I believe that's the only success it really had. They were competing against like NSXs, Ferraris. This looks like a 370Z. That's probably an NSX, but alright. Being a Kyosho, maybe I'm not going to take this off the base. It's just going to be a plastic base. It's going to tell you what the car is and then say Kyosho and made in China and stuff like that. But that little antenna makes me want to keep it on the base. Well, anyways, unfortunately Kyosho, they don't fit the standard case size, so you can't really stack them with all the other boxes that 164s come in. I will say though, I mean, this is smaller, and it actually is easier to stack because this will literally cradle over this clear piece, and more importantly, this screw will not scratch that piece because it's recessed below that tab. The standard ones, they're like Inno 64, Power 64. I've had these screws scratch the top of the case under it. Maybe Kyosho was onto something, but they didn't fit the standard, or they didn't make the standard that everyone else uses today. So I did find a few pictures, of course, of this car, and I thought the green headlight covers are quite interesting, and Kyosho did seem to get that, so yeah, this really weird headlight covers. You know, they're plexiglass, or probably they're probably polycarbonate, not acrylic, being a race car, but you know, here they look yellow though. Maybe they just changed the colors. Maybe they swapped them out, whether it's racing, depending on the conditions, maybe? Or, well, I'm just randomly guessing stuff, so I should stop doing that. Let's get the side view of this and start taking a look. It is nice that it does tell you what the car is if you should not remember, which I wouldn't. Starting with the wheels, this is supposed to be rolling on 18-inch wheels. And they're nicely molded. They're clearly race wheels. Oh, well, that's interesting. Is that center moving? I don't know if the center is moving or not. It almost looks like it's staying static. It's interesting that the thing would roll at all. There's a lot of friction with the tire on that one. But this doesn't have a brake system. So, or does it? Wait a second. I almost feel like I saw a circle back there. Let's get the flashlight. 15 lumens, maybe. You know what? Maybe there is a brake back there. It's just really back there. See? Yeah, right there I can see a rotor. The roundness of the rotor. So, let me go to 1 lumen. 15's too. I really wish I had like a 7 lumen light flashlight, but I'm not aware of a small one. Yeah, I think there is a brake system there. If I focus now. You can probably see better than I can. I'm looking through a phone screen. Yeah, but I think it's there. So that's good. Wasn't expecting that. It's nice to have. So that clearly is something you wouldn't get on a blister pack Kyosho. Is there paint rash? Diecasts get paint rash, so that's why I don't review too many diecasts anymore. I think they're all ticking time bombs as far as the paint bubbling up. But I don't see it yet, and one nice thing about many Kyoshos is they're mostly tampo printed, but now that I say that, I think this possibly is a decal. You see, right here I can see an edge. So I think there's clear decal right here, but it's laid on pretty well. Or, see? I don't know. I think that's a decal. That's not good. It's possible that's going to wrinkle or peel off in the future. We'll have to see. See, so again, I wish the box said when this model was made, so I would know it's going to be stable in the future. Oh yeah, this is definitely running decals. That's the wrinkliness that you usually see with decals, so that's not good. It's kind of weird. I think Kyosho usually does tampo prints, but maybe this is towards the end of them caring about 164 and they started cheaping out and using decals. Well, with that said, the decals are nicely done. The printing is crisp, you know, you can actually read all the text, so I suppose that's good. And then I didn't mention, but the printing on the tires is concentric, unlike a green light. It's nice, and the text is legible. They are printed, they're not decals. I've seen some models with decals on the tires, so I thought I'd mention that. The window printing is on the outside surface, and then you do have a plastic separate mirror here. There's no indication that it's a reflective mirror, though. Really tiny window there, a lot of black printing. Interesting. Okay, let's go around to the front. This chin spoiler here, I don't know if that's, I think that might be black paint on the casting. I don't know, I don't think it's part of the plastic base. I could be mistaken. Ooh, there's a little tow hook there, so that's kind of neat. There's a nice fine grill pattern in these three areas, very good. And then yeah, you got the funky greenish chartreuse fishing lure kind of transparent headlight covers, and they also seem to have like a decal sponsorship. And I think at a certain angle you might be able to see like headlight details back there. It's just you know, the plastic's pretty thick. But yeah, alright, from the top view you can see it a lot better, so it's nice that there's something back behind there. Okay, yeah, decals. I hate decals. Alright, the wiper blade is quite impressive. It's actually a molded piece of plastic. It's quite three-dimensional. There's a little extra flash though, right? Oh, never mind, I got rid of it. So that's cool. You know, all the blister pack wipers are molded into the windscreen itself and just painted black, but this is literally as a separate piece. And then a decal of the SuperGT banner. And what watch is this? Is that a tag? No, it's a Longines? Oh, it's a sector. Okay. I know the watch brand. I don't know if those are expensive watches or not. I have a feeling they're not. But anyways, it looks cool. It looks like a tag wear. Alright, we got some drivers' names up here, and they are legible. Nihoi or Hinoi and Yogo. Oh, is this the blood type? Plus B plus O? What's right hand? That's interesting. I don't know. Please leave a comment if you know what that means. You know, it's almost like it says RH plus B, RH plus O. I don't know what the RH means though. Okay. This is interesting, this graphic on the louvers. You know, well, it's a decal, but it is stepping down across the louvers. But yeah, there's probably an air pocket right there I'm not going to touch because this decal's probably brittle by now. Okay, well, yeah, those vents. I wonder if these vents pop up like on the road car. Maybe they're locked down for racing. Is that real? No, that's just a surface. I almost feel like I saw it. Like, it looks like a different black there compared to there. I don't know if they painted it or what, but it looks like a vent. Alright. So this side, yeah, now you can see the brake looks... I don't know why I couldn't see it, so it was so hard on the other side, but this side you can really see it. Alright, what about that? No, that's just a flat surface. Okay, all in all, quality seems okay. Pleasantly, I don't see any paint rash or the decals paling, so that's good. The wing itself, it has... Now let's see, this is a tampo print. I don't see the wrinkliness between this L and that L, right? So that's what I'm accustomed to from the brand. So this is unfortunate here. Possibly right there, this paint rash though. So the wing is good. There's even sponsorship on the side. You can see this tiny antenna. I don't know if that's plastic. I think that's a piece of metal. Look how shiny it is. Oh no, I think that's a fishing line. I think the pick is actually behind the antenna. Yes, it is. It's really hard for me to do this through a phone screen. But yeah, so this is a piece of fishing line, I think. One nice thing about that is you actually possibly might stand a chance of dropping this model and that thing would survive if it's a fishing line. Of course, I'm not 100% sure if it's a fishing line, but what else would it be? It's a really thin, transparent thing. If it's molded acrylic, that would definitely be brittle. So, nice headlight covers here, or taillight covers, and then there's red dots behind it. So that's interesting. I don't have a back picture of the car though. And then the grille detail is very fine back here as well as here. And then it looks like there's a pipe coming out here. I don't know why. I don't think this engine's turbocharged. I mean, those are the muffler exhausts, right? So what is this? Please leave a comment. Is this like maybe they pop in a starter motor or something? I don't know. This looks like a molded in tow hook, so not as detailed as, say, a modern resin car or even like an Inno 64. Times have gotten better for collectors, it seems. Diffuser vanes, they're okay. They're kind of thick, but it is, yeah, for plastic, they're kind of thick. I guess it's not too bad. Anyways, the wing does look good. Alright. The tires, they're just running slicks as one would expect for a race car model. And I like that they gapped it. Even though it's realistic to have flat spots on tires, if you ever want to roll the tire like this, so you have the advan and advan like that, you know, you're going to have a flat spot somewhere if they screwed it down too much. So even though this is not realistic, like it's a hover car, I actually prefer it this way, because you have the option to rotate the tire around. Alright, well, this is an interesting subject if someone wants to take the time. Let's let us know what Maruhon is. What company is that? Why would they pay to sponsor this vehicle? The interior is just your black plastic interior, but it seems like they added a roll cage in there. Let's get the flashlight. We got molded windows, so it's really hard to see the details. Well, it looks like there is a racing seat. 65 lumens. I almost feel like the seat back might have some detail there. So it is a race interior, as you can see. There's no passenger seat whatsoever. And instead of it, there's like boxes there, like telemetry and I don't know, whatever boxes they put into a race car. I don't know for sure. Is there a fire extinguisher? I don't know what that thing is there on the floor. Doesn't look like an extinguisher though. Yeah, really minor details. It almost looks like a Hot Wheels interior, how that's just extruded upwards, whatever that thing is. Steering wheel, though, I think is probably going to be hollow spoked. Yes, it is. No additional printing or color inside. You can even see the little gap of the window, though. Some vent details, some ribbing on the seats. It's okay for a Kyosho, I guess. Yeah, it's really hard to say, you know, without knowing when this was made, but one would have to assume at least it was made in 2007 or later. Right, obviously. Comparison time. So I actually do have another racing Lambo Mercy from Kyosho. I have no clue what that sponsorship would be. You'd have to be Japanese to be able to tell us, or be really educated. Now this I don't think is a Beads, because look at the tires, they don't have any printing on them. I don't think there's a brake system in this one. It does have mirrors still. It's got this funky chrome roof. Now tampo printing. See, this one looks like it's all tampo printed. See? Alright, so that's, I don't know what happened. Yeah, this is all tampo printed on the side. It's not a decal. So the cheaper blister pack looks like it is better for longevity, but it does have the molded in windscreen wiper, but it does have yellow headlight covers. And here's what the bottom of that other one probably looks like, just different text maybe. This one's press fit together. It looks like the same kind of diffuser. Yeah. Alright. So you're getting brakes and an antenna with this particular one. And the tire printing. Different brand. We have a street version. This one was put out by CM's, I believe. So Kyosho did one as well. Just thought I'd show a different brand. This one has really knobby tires, though. It's really strange how some companies like to put knobby truck tires onto hypercars. Back to Kyosho, but this is a Gallardo J-Lock. So big fat racing tires again, but no printing, so this is probably a blister pack one, and it's press fit together. You know, I really wish Kyosho also wrote the year down here, so we have a vague idea as to when this thing was first made. Again, funky chrome stuff. It apparently picks up fingerprints really easily. Alright, so that's it for the Lambos there. Let's get a little top view here for you, if I could get the camera there. Let me clear these out. And let's look at some other cars this thing could have been racing against. So here's a Lexus SC430, I believe. Yep, it is. I said this is from the 2009 season though. Here's an NSX with some Epson livery, again from the 2009 season. Here's a 2008 season GTR. I don't know what Yellow Hat does either. And then here we have a different GTR from the 2006. No, I'm sorry, this is a Fairlady Z or 370Z, I think. I guess I'll have to put up here. So the Super GT, the normal cars have all these crazy wide body kits, but it looks like the Murcielago, it was super wide, the road car. I remember driving behind one, and yeah, so I guess it doesn't need a wide body kit because the tires are already super wide. So that's interesting. Let me get a different angle here for you. Let's go with a more human height angle. Try to focus. It's really hard to focus on a black object. I like that the wheels aren't black. You know, you can actually see the spokes. Whereas like in the NSX or this thing, you can't even tell what wheels it's running. It's not easy, at least. So Kyosho, another fine effort, considering I assume this model probably came out in 2007. I think it's still pretty good. I mean, comparing to 2024 models, it has, you know, the brakes and antenna. Sadly, it also has decals like a lot of 2024 models have, which is definitely not good. The case is obviously an issue if you're going to try to, you know, keep it in the box and display it with other brands. It's a problem. You can really only stack this with other Kyoshos, it seems, or possibly Sparkies. They're also kind of small boxes. Okay, well, anyways, given its time frame of production, I think it's quite fantastic, and even compared to modern brands, it's on par. I only wish it had decals like the other Kyoshos did. So thank you for watching, everyone, and we'll see you in the next diecast review.